The whispers started years ago. Vague accusations, side-eyed glances, and hushed conversations in dimly lit corners of the internet. They spoke of orgies, blackmail, and a darkness lurking behind the shimmering facade of Sean Diddy Combs' empire. We dismissed them, didn't we? Another celebrity scandal, another disgruntled hanger-on seeking 15 minutes. But the whispers persisted, growing louder, more insistent, until they coalesced into a deafening roar that shook the foundations of hip-hop and beyond. Now, the FBI has reportedly seized a hard drive, 90 terabytes to be exact, allegedly belonging to Diddy, and what it contains is said to be more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. Footage of A-list celebrities, politicians, even pastors engaging in acts so depraved, so morally bankrupt, that it threatens to shatter their carefully constructed images forever. This isn't just about bad behavior. It's about power, manipulation, and the systematic exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Jaguar Wright, a name many had relegated to the dusty archives of forgotten R&B singer, tried to warn us. Years before the raids, the lawsuits, the public reckoning, she spoke of Diddy's party, the cameras, the insidious undercurrent of coercion. She was branded a liar, a bitter has-been seeking attention. But now, with each new revelation, her words echo with chilling accuracy. One name that sent shockwaves through the internet when Jaguar Wright spoke, it was 50 Cent. The eternal rival, the relentless Diddy basher, implicated in the very activities he so vehemently condemned. The irony is almost too much to bear. According to Wright, 50 Cent wasn't just attending these parties. He was allegedly involved with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy, the young rapper who burst onto the scene with Crank That, now portrayed as a victim, his career trajectory forever tainted by these allegations. He has been described as having his booty ran through. The image of a naked Soulja Boy being thrown out into a hallway has been painted, a stark illustration of the alleged abuse of power within Diddy's circle. The allegations surrounding Brashear Gray are even more disturbing. A young talent, seemingly groomed for stardom, allegedly handed over to Diddy and Will Smith for a supposed mentorship that turned into something far more sinister. The story paints a picture of predatory behavior, where ambition is weaponized and young artists are manipulated into compromising situations. Wright claims that neighbors heard Meek Mill and Brashear Gray running screaming from Will Smith's house after an encounter with Will, Jada, and Diddy. The details are graphic, unsettling, and paint a picture of a twisted dynamic within Hollywood's elite. And then there's Meek Mill. The whispers about him and Diddy have been circulating for years, fueled by their close relationship and the suggestive lyrics in some of Meek's music. Now, with the alleged existence of this hard drive and the leaked audio of Diddy allegedly performing a sexual act on Meek, those whispers have become a deafening roar. The audio, if authentic, is damning, a concrete piece of evidence that shatters the carefully constructed image of both men. It's a betrayal of trust, a violation of privacy, and a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry. Nikki, an unnamed woman, is said to have recorded the sexual act in Calabasas. This is not just about celebrity gossip, it's about accountability. If these allegations are true, then Diddy and his alleged accomplices must be held responsible for their action. The victims deserve justice, and the public deserves to know the truth. The hard drive, if it exists, holds the key to unlocking a Pandora's box of secrets that could forever change the landscape of Hollywood and beyond. The Game's story is another thread in this tangled web. He speaks of lavish trips, expensive gifts, and a complete lack of studio time with Diddy, jet-setting around the globe, showered with jewelry, but never laying down a single verse. It sounds less like a business partnership and more like a carefully orchestrated seduction. Atlanta, a city synonymous with hip-hop and something else, becomes a recurring destination. The whispers about men traveling there alone for business are loud enough to be heard across the internet. Then there's YK Osiris. Remember him? The young artist who burst onto the scene with a string of catchy hits, only to seemingly disappear. His financial troubles became public, his cars repossessed, his image tarnished. Then came the trip to Jamaica with Diddy. The shirtless photo of Diddy in the pool, the prayer hand emojis, the suggestive caption accompanying a photo of YK receiving a massage naked. It all adds up to a disturbing picture. Was Diddy offering a lifeline, or was he preying on vulnerability? The final nail in the coffin, at least for YK's public image, came from his own baby mama. Her Instagram story, a blunt declaration of infidelity, not with another woman, but with a man. The pieces fall into place, painting a grim portrait of a young artist caught in a compromising situation. But the most chilling allegations involve Usher, a child star, barely a teenager, allegedly handed over to Diddy by his manager. The promise of mentorship, the reality of something far more sinister. The leaked email, referencing Diddy giving Usher an ST, is a bombshell. Then there's the lawsuit from a woman claiming Usher knowingly exposed her to herpes. The timeline, the alleged STD, it all points to a potential connection to Diddy. The thought of a child being exploited and infected is sickening, and the pastors, the men of God, seemingly caught in Diddy's orbit. T.D. Jakes, a prominent figure in the Black church, a man who commands respect and reverence, seen partying with Diddy. The optics are terrible. The questions are unavoidable. What was he doing? What was he condoning? The backlash was swift and fierce, with many questioning the pastor's judgment and integrity. Was it about the money, the influence, or something far more disturbing? The image of Tyler Perry laying hands on T.D. Jakes and him catching the Holy Spirit is mocked relentlessly. The line between the sacred and the profane blurred beyond recognition. The rumors of a secret cult, the disturbing rituals, the soul-selling allegations. It all sounds like something out of a Hollywood thriller. But in this case, the thriller may be real. The silence from the Hollywood elite is deafening. Are they complicit? Are they afraid? Or are they simply waiting to see how the chips fall before choosing a side? The comment sections are ablaze with speculation, anger, and a desperate plea for justice. Will anyone be held accountable? Will the truth ever come out? Or will this all be swept under the rug? Another example of the rich and powerful getting away with anything. The world is watching, waiting, and wondering if this is finally the moment when the house of cards comes crashing down. The narrative shift, the focus sharpen. Whispers turn to accusations, allegations solidify into potential criminal charges. The question isn't just about who knew what, but what happens next. The feds have the hard drive, alleged 90 terabytes of digital depravity, but possessing the evidence is only half the battle. Proving it, bringing charges that stick, navigating the labyrinthine world of Hollywood legal teams and NDAs thicker than brick walls, that's the real challenge. Think about the power dynamics at play. These aren't just celebrities, they're moguls, billionaires, influencers who shape culture and control narrative. They have armies of lawyers, PR gurus who specialize in damage control, and the kind of money that can make inconvenient truths disappear. Will the victims, many of whom may be bound by fear or contractual obligations, come forward? Will they risk their careers, their reputations, their safety to testify against these powerful figures? It's a daunting prospect. Imagine being a young artist, finally on the cusp of success, only to be faced with the choice of silence and complicity, or truth and potential ruin. And what about the enablers? The managers, the agents, the publicists who allegedly turned a blind eye to the abuse, who facilitated the predatory behavior, who actively participated in the cover-up. Will they be held accountable? Or will they simply fade into the background, their careers unscathed, their consciences clear? The silence from Hollywood is deafening, but not entirely surprising. Fear is a powerful motivator. Nobody wants to be blacklisted, ostracized, or targeted. The entertainment industry is a small town, and reputations are everything. To speak out against Diddy, against the alleged cabal of powerful figures, is to risk everything. But there are cracks appearing in the facade. Anonymous sources are leaking information, whispers are growing louder, and the public pressure is mounting. The internet, for all its flaws, is a powerful tool for accountability. It allows victims to share their stories, to connect with others who have been harmed, and to demand justice. The Diddy scandal is more than just a celebrity gossip story. It's a reflection of the systemic abuse of power that pervades our society. It's a reminder that wealth and fame do not equate to morality, and that even the most celebrated figures are capable of unspeakable acts. The coming weeks and months will be crucial. Will the feds bring charges? Will the victims find the courage to speak out? Will Hollywood finally confront its dark side? The The world is watching, waiting, and hoping that this time, justice will prevail. The legacy of Diddy, once synonymous with success and innovation, now hangs precariously in the balance, forever tarnished by the specter of these horrific allegations. And perhaps, just perhaps, this scandal will serve as a wake-up call, a catalyst for change, a step towards a more just and equitable world.